are going to talk, we are going to basically talk about the social media and its digital footprints that we leave behind. Okay, how those data that we collect and how the data that we share, how we are going to basically control over those things, and if not, what will happen, and how basically it will impact our various uh, factors like reputational or financial. These factors might get basically affected by what you share through this social media account. Okay, so if we talk about this digital footprints or social media, okay, so whenever we use some social media accounts or any platforms, okay, most of us are using many social media accounts, so where we post something, we like something, we comment on that one. Okay, so basically whatever we are doing, whatever activities, a small transactions or a small activity that we are doing on those social media platforms, that is not just one time that we have done, it will last for longer. Okay, it will last for a longer. Okay,
Excuse me,
now
sir. Sir, we will go with
yes,
bilingual Hindi and English. Will it be okay?
sure, sure,
Yes, sir.
sure,
Please.
sure, madam.
Yes, yes, please.
So let me just basically just start with one basic question कि हम में से कितने लोग हैं जिन्होंने आप अपना नाम गूगल पे सर्च किया हो, या फिर जनरली हम करते हैं ऐसा कि हर कोई अपना नाम गूगल पे सर्च कर रहा है, देख रहा है कि क्या प्रोफाइल है, या फिर अगर हम किसी को नहीं जानते हैं, अगर उसका फ्रेंड रिक्वेस्ट आता है तो हम उसको गूगल पे सर्च करते हैं, पहले देखते हैं कि वो किस तरीके का, मतलब वो वो क्या है, उसके एफिलिएशंस क्या है ना, वो उनका बैकग्राउंड क्या है. वी ट्राई टू बेसिकली एक्सप्लोर दोज इंफॉर्मेशन आउट ऑफ द गूगल. ओके, नाउ so many of the information that appear on the Google itself might not be intentionally shared by that user, है ना. ऐसा होता है कि बहुत बार जो इंफॉर्मेशन हमारा गूगल पे दिखता है वो हमने इंटेंशनली नहीं शेयर किया होता है थ्रू सम व्हाट वी से प्लेटफॉर्म्स, अदर प्लेटफॉर्म्स दैट वी यूज, है ना. Those platforms will be responsible to share those informations. Okay, so uh, basically how responsibly we handle the social media accounts or the use of social media platforms, that also basically defines how safer we are on social media or in the digital world, we can say. Okay, so nowadays we all know, earlier everyone knows, हम सब जानते हैं कि बेसिकली पहले क्या था कि लोग बात करते थे कि खाड़ी कंट्री जो है या फिर सऊदी अरबिया, ये सारे, कुवैत, दे आर हैविंग देयर ऑयल बेस, है ना. तो उनके पास काफी इकोनॉमिकली दे आर वेरी स्ट्रांग, है ना. बट नाउ डेज we can say earlier it was like dollar is more stronger than the rupee, है ना. But the thing is now we are living in a data age. Okay, where the new currency, we can say, is the data itself. There are various examples that we may have come across that directly tell us how this data can be used in legitimate or illegitimate ways. ठीक है, तो बेसिकली जो हम बात कर रहे हैं, लेट मी जस्ट, आई थिंक द पीपीटी इज विजिबल.
Yes, sir. We are on the first slide, title slide.
Yes, yes, yes. Now, before moving ahead, uh, let me just go through what this social media we all know, okay, and what this digital footprints are, okay, and how it basically matters. Okay, so all of us know what this social media is. This is just a platform using which we can basically connect with people across the globe, है ना. We can share our view, whatever stories we want to share. These kind of basically activities we can take place. But social media is not only about the personal information sharing or event sharing. There are different kinds of social media platforms, like we are already aware about this. Facebook is very popular, WhatsApp is popular. Then we have the LinkedIn, that is the professional one, where we don't basically post very personal things. Okay, only the post that we basically the only content that we post there is related to the professional worlds. Okay, that may be of relevance of for professional one. Okay, now if you might recall many of the recent cases, so you might have heard about that cases of this Google, है ना? How many of you might have realized कि Google is listening your conversations, day-to-day conversation that we are making, that they are listening? I think many of you might have realized this one, isn't it? And there was a case in 2018 or 19, I think. Okay, in USA itself, वहाँ पे जो केस ये था कि बेसिकली विदाउट द कंसेंट गूगल वाज लिसनिंग द कन्वर्सेशन ऑफ अ पर्सन. ओके, and based and those conversation basically were used for the digital advertisement or the personalized recommendation system. So various promotional activities were carried out based on that recorded data. Okay, the conversation data. Even still we sometimes realize कि whatever we are talking, sometimes you will find it in your feed of Google, isn't it? So there are various instances that we will be talking about throughout the session. Okay, so now what this digital footprint means. So whatever activities we do on the social media platforms or digital platform, we say all those activities will stay there for longer, and those activities like normal footprint, we can say, we may act against you at any point of time. Okay, so those like, comment, sharing, okay, can be a kind of footprint, the digital footprint shared via your uh, social media platforms. Okay, now why does it matters? So basically when we talk about the digital footprints, okay, so combinedly whatever things you are doing there, whatever activities or information you put on the social media platforms, if we combine them all together, they will build your identity. Okay, so if your identity is there, definitely misutilizing of those identity will directly affect, means can be directly mapped to some cyber security concern. Okay, तो जो भी इंफॉर्मेशन हमारी द सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म्स पे है या वेबसाइट्स पे है, those can, if somehow those data got breached, so in that case those details might be used against you to perform some cyber attacks or any malicious purpose against you. Okay, now so the areas in which this digital footprint matters are, the first one we can say the cybersecurity foundation. Okay, so the same, if someone knows many of the attacks, you might have heard the impersonation attack or spear phishing attack. Okay, so there are various attack categories that basically that may be targeted to the user based on their इंफॉर्मेशन एक्सपोज्ड, है ना? तो जो भी हमारे सोशल मीडिया अकाउंट से जो हमारे इंफॉर्मेशन एक्सपोज हो रहे हैं, उसके बेसिस पे क्या हो सकता है कि बहुत सारे डिफरेंट काइंड्स ऑफ कैन बी परफॉर्म, एंड देयर आर डिफरेंट कैटेगरीज वी विल बी टॉकिंग अबाउट. Okay, one is the cyber events we can, they can use for to perform some cyber attacks. Would be the professional reputational damage, है ना? So sometimes someone may use your personal detail and basically publicize it. Okay, even that is your personal detail, but someone has publicized it. Okay, so that may damage you professionally, your reputation might be damaged. Okay, the same way the financially, the it can also uh, affect your financial uh, activity. Maybe cases on Facebook or any other social platforms that many of you uh,
Voice is not audible, sir.
Yes, yes, kindly wait. I think there is some internet issue.
Okay, madam.
Yeah, I messaged him. Kindly wait. Friends, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, so
Yes,
we
ma'am.
should wait, I think, because sir is not receiving my call. We will wait for him to rejoin. ठीक है, थोड़ा सा वेट करते हैं. मैंने मैसेज भी ड्रॉप किया है उन्हें और फोन भी किया था अभी, लेकिन सर ने रिसीव नहीं किया. थोड़ा वेट करते हैं हम लोग.
I was basically I was talking about the digital footprints and in what way it basically matters. So there are different ways by which we can categorize it. The one basic was the cyber security part. The other one is the professional reputation, and the third one was the financial safety. So whenever we share something about ourselves on any platforms, that may also lead to some cyber security aspects. Okay, as well as those details might be used for your reputational damage, for your professional career, or even at individual level it may happen. And the third one may lead to your financial safety concern. Okay, कि अगर हमने कुछ डिटेल्स डिस्क्लोज किए, so those details might be used for gaining the financial privilege by the attackers, right? So these were the three ways by which this digital footprints matter. Now, when we talk about the social media platforms, or in general, it is better we say digital platforms. Okay, so there are different kinds of platforms. तो फर्स्ट तो हो गया जिसपे हमने मोस्टली जो फेसबुक और ट्विटर की बात करें, इंस्टा की बात करें, है ना, नॉट बेसिकली ट्विटर, फेसबुक, इंस्टा, है ना, ये सारे जो स्नैपचैट, ये सारे जो प्लेटफॉर्म्स हैं, बेसिकली इस पे हम मोस्टली क्या करते हैं, अपनी फोटो शेयर करते हैं, अपनी जो भी डे टू डे एक्टिविटी कर रहे हैं, इस तरह की सारी चीजें हम शेयर करते हैं, है ना। दूसरा ये हो गया कि हम जैसे लिंक्डइन हो गई, है ना, या ऐसे करके बहुत सारे प्लेटफॉर्म्स हैं जो बेसिकली प्रोफेशनल एक्टिविटीज के लिए है। तो वहाँ पे हमारी जो भी प्रोफेशनल इंफॉर्मेशंस हैं, है ना, जो भी हमने पहले जॉब करी है, या फिर हम जो करेंटली कहाँ पे काम कर रहे हैं, किस पोस्ट पे काम कर रहे हैं, कितने दिनों से काम कर रहे हैं, है ना, ये सारी इंफॉर्मेशंस जो हमारे अवेलेबल होते हैं, वो जो भी प्लेटफॉर्म्स हैं लाइक लिंक्डइन वी हैव, same way we have the Twitter where we put our opinions, है ना, and those opinions might be personal or it may be political. Okay, so the thing is how we basically how malicious user or attacker can exploit this one, है ना. So there are various ways we will be talking about how these three verticals can be exploited by the attackers. Okay, or can be used for the malicious purposes. Okay, now whenever we talk about the digital footprints across the uh, platform, okay, those footprints can be broadly divided into active footprints and the passive footprints. Okay, so the active footprints is where we intentionally share something. Okay, we know that we this information we are sending it to the public domain and it will remain there unless we delete it, and that even deletion of the information cannot assure that हमने जो डाला था डिलीट किया वो सारी जगह से डिलीट हो गया, ये एश्योर हम नहीं कर सकते हैं. ओके, द अदर वन इज द पैसिव वन, मीन्स हमने जो डाटा शेयर किया वो डाटा हो सकता है कि हमारा हमने इंटेंशनली शेयर नहीं किया, बट थ्रू बैकडोर दोज डाटा वेयर शेयर्ड बाय
Like
द एप्लीकेशन
lo
इटसेल्फ और द
location or browsing.
यस, लोकेशन एंड
Location.
ब्राउजिंग. हाँ, ये जो हम
हाँ.
अभी तो क्या है कि इसको हम एक्टिव भी मान सकते हैं समटाइम्स. हाँ, तो लोकेशन क्या होता है, हम फोटो जो शेयर करते हैं उसमें भी हम जियो टैग करके भेजते हैं, तो उससे भी हमारा लोकेशन अपीयर हो रहा है. तो इस तरीके की जो चीजें हम इंटेंशनली कर रहे हैं, दैट वी नो ऑलरेडी कि ये इन्फॉर्मेशन जो है मैं पब्लिक डोमेन में रिलीज कर रहा हूँ, है ना, तो वो सारी चीजें एक्टिव एक्टिव फुटप्रिंट्स हो गई. और लेकिन कुछ इंफॉर्मेशन ऐसे होते हैं जो हमने कंसेंट नहीं दिया है, वी आर नॉट intentionally sharing it, but
Automatically.
still, sorry.
Automatically. Data collected automatically, na? Sir, passive.
Yes, 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 yes. Means it will be either done by the third party application or your platform itself
Yes.
collect those data to basically use
Hmm.
it for some recommendation systems, है ना. So
Yes.
like suppose the Flipkart or in many e-commerce applications we are using, and on that application
Yes.
whatever browsing we are making, है ना, do you think
Yes.
कि जब भी हम एप्लीकेशन खोलते हैं तो देखते हैं कि सामने में कुछ रिकमेंडेशन आ रहे हैं कि इस तरीके की चीजें हम ले सकते हैं. हाउ दैट हैपेंस, that is again the use of the footprints that you have left on the that platform, or the footprints of the user base who are using the Flipkart, and they are browsing various categories on that platform. So that may also be clubbed together to have those kind of recommendation or personalized recommendation. So basically, the digital footprint isn't itself a kind of vulnerable thing, but the way we are using those footprints, or the way the malicious user will use those information, definitely put it in the risk zone. Okay, so whenever we talk about the active footprints, this is the posting of photos and comments that you are making, sending emails. Again, that is the footprint. When we talk about the footprint, every small information that we are basically disclosing on the public domain, that will be the footprint. Okay, filling out for online forms. So whenever we fill some online forms, definitely they will ask for your mobile number or sometimes your email id, है ना? And that way what will happen, those email ids or the mobile numbers may be used for promotional activities. Okay, so all the time it is not that much crucial, means whatever footprints we are sharing, that may not be much crucial thing, but sometimes it may be used for very critical things, like many of us might have heard about this Facebook fake accounts, है ना? On the Facebook, very often we see our friends share one information कि मेरी अकाउंट जो है वो किसी ने हैक कर ली है, या फिर someone has made some duplicate account or has impersonated him and asking for some money. Okay, so basically whenever we expose our details in public domain, that those details may be used for your impersonation. We will talk about what different types of attacks that are there, and that we can be a victim of. We will be talking about that one. Now, the passive footprint means whenever we are using the browser, okay, so, or whenever we are establishing the uh, internet connection, so we are not basically intentionally sharing the IP addresses, but definitely in order to establish the connection or internet connection, or to communicate over the internet, definitely you need some addressing mechanism, and that addressing mechanism itself will uh, get exposed to the public domain. So that may be used to track you, where from where you have basically posted that content, or from the where you have requested that content, sometimes we also see the browser history and cookies, whenever we open a browser for the first time, they will ask for the cookies. Okay, so the cookies are basically a small information that will be residing on your browser, so that next time you open the browser, they will have some personalized experience for you on that platform or on that website. Okay, so many of us might have gone through that incognito mode, है ना? So I think you know incognito mode in browser.
Yes, sir.
Anyone who know? Yes, so what is the basic purpose behind that incognito mode?
Your history shouldn't be stored.
Exactly. But in true sense, it is not like that. Various other information, even though cookies and browsing histories are not being made, various other information will still be captured even in incognito mode. Okay. So your IP will get exposed even you are in incognito mode. Your ISP, the internet service provider, will get to know who has requested something and what he has requested. So incognito mode gives you a safer access than the normal mode, but definitely it is not completely safe. We will also talk about how this VPN and Tor browser can help us hide this information more correctly. Okay, so other informations can also be collected without your consent, like your purchase history or metadata from photos. Okay, metadata means whatever information along with your photos you have shared. Okay, so those can be collected by the platform itself. Okay, now, so these are the common we can say footprint examples. The geotagging, whenever we post some photo or whenever we visit some place, we try to tag where we are currently, है ना? So this is again a kind of footprint. Definitely your intention was to just let other know that you are visiting somewhere, but definitely some user base are there who are not of legitimate intents. Okay, तो वो क्या कर सकते हैं, उन इंफॉर्मेशन को मैलिशियस वे में यूज कर सकते हैं. Then whatever information we are basically sharing, like date of birth or anniversaries on basically on your profile itself. जब भी हम फेसबुक के अकाउंट पे जाते हैं तो वहाँ पे बहुत सारी डिटेल्स वो हम वहाँ पे एंटर करते हैं ना, उसमें हमारा डेट ऑफ बर्थ है और इस तरीके के क्रिटिकल इंफॉर्मेशंस भी होते हैं. ठीक है, तो वो इन्फॉर्मेशन भी हमारा काफी क्रिटिकल होता है ना. डेट ऑफ बर्थ बहुत बार क्या होता है कि जब हम पासवर्ड भूल जाते हैं या कुछ चीजें इस तरीके की होती है तो हम वो डेट ऑफ बर्थ यूज करते हैं, है ना. या फिर कुछ हमारा क्वेश्चन जो सिक्योरिटी क्वेश्चंस होते हैं वो सिक्योरिटी क्वेश्चंस बेसिकली हम यूज कर सकते हैं. सिक्योरिटी क्वेश्चन हम अगर भूल गए तो उसके जगह पे हम डेट ऑफ बर्थ को कैसे यूज कर सकते हैं. तो ये कॉम्बिनेशन जो हम यूज करते हैं, ठीक है, दे मे बी यूज्ड इन एनी ओवरलैप वे, है ना. आइदर योर फैमिली और पेट नेम कैन बी यूज फॉर गेटिंग अदर information, or your date of birth or your anniversary date might be used for some recommendation or for some personalized uh, ads. Okay, so sometimes it may be malicious, sometimes it may not be malicious, but definitely you are not supposed, means you were not in position to entertain those communications. Okay, then the footprints like employment histories. Okay, so many of the time we post on the platforms that we have switched from this to this on this post, so definitely that will again act as a kind of footprints. Okay, now, so we have talked about the digital footprints. Now, how these footprints can be basically used to perform various attacks, and what are the different attack categories. So the first one is that I have earlier talked about. Suppose someone has access to your family name or your pet name or some personal details. Okay, so they may send you some spear phishing or that kind of request. Okay, a personalized request. ठीक है, जहाँ पे वो मतलब किसी तरीके का हम बोल सकते हैं कि जैसे मान लो कि अगर टारगेटेड अटैक के बारे में अगर बात करें तो हमारा मान जनरली जो हमारा ट्रेंड होता है, जब भी हम पासवर्ड सेट करते हैं तो हम क्या करते हैं कि जहाँ पे हम काम कर रहे हैं या फिर हम हमारा जो फैमिली नेम है या फिर मोबाइल नंबर है, इन सारे पैटर्न्स को हम यूज करके बेसिकली हम पासवर्ड बनाते हैं, है ना. तो अगर हमारे पास इन तरीके का इंफॉर्मेशन है, जो ये हम कहाँ पे काम कर रहे हैं या फिर हमारे फैमिली डिटेल्स क्या है या मेरा फोन नंबर क्या है, ईमेल आईडी क्या है, अगर इस तरीके की चीजें एक्सपोज्ड है so definitely the attacker might try to guess what the security question or password could be. Okay, based on that information. The other could be the social engineering approaches. Many of the time what happens कि एक फेक सिनेरियो बनाते हैं. जैसे बहुत बार आपने आरबीआई का गाइडलाइंस पढ़ा होगा, है ना, या फिर बैंक्स के गाइडलाइंस आते हैं कि हम अपनी तरफ से किसी को भी कॉल करके हम कोई भी सेंसिटिव इंफॉर्मेशन नहीं पूछते हैं. जैसे कि हम सीवीवी नहीं पूछते हैं, हम ओटीपी नहीं पूछते हैं, हम अकाउंट डिटेल्स नहीं मांगते हैं, है ना. तो बेसिकली सोशल इंजीनियरिंग एक ऐसा चीज है जिसमें क्या होता है कि एक सिनेरियो क्रिएट करते हैं, है ना. अटैकर्स जो है एक सिनेरियो क्रिएट करते हैं एंड बेसिकली दे विल आस्क फॉर द डिटेल्स बेस्ड ऑन दैट सिनेरियो. लाइक वन एग्जांपल कुड बी कि दे मे आस्क यू कि अच्छा हम सपोज आपके एचआर डिपार्टमेंट से ही. एम आई ऑडिबल? हेलो,
Yes, sir,
Yes,
you
sir.
are audible.
Yes.
Yes, you are audible,
थैंक
sir.
थैंक यू
Yes,
थैंक
sir.
यू. सो बेसिकली जैसे हम ये बात कर रहे हैं कि हमारे एचआर डिपार्टमेंट से ही अगर हम कॉलेज की बात करें तो एचआर डिपार्टमेंट से सपोज कि हमें एक मेल आ रहा है ना. उस मेल में ये आ रहा है कि बेसिकली दिस मेल comes from the HR department that we are updating the account details, so to verify it properly we need your account details, है ना. तो sometimes what happens, without checking it further, we go by that social engineering scenario, we reply back, and then we got trapped inside that scenario, है ना? So basically this is one another kind of attack surface, we can say, okay, where the attacker can create a scenario. Sorry.
Financial fraud can be created, na?
Yes, it
Financial
can be
fraud.
financial. Yes, financial fraud is one of the particular example. There can be other
Yes.
sensitive information they may ask for you, है ना? Like
Yes.
apart from this, most of the time you might have heard various information, sensitive information has been leaked through armies or other agencies, है ना? So there, they basically try to create some scenarios based on the scenario, or even that may be a kind of a spear phishing, है ना? If they get to know very personal information about that one, they may target you directly. They may directly
They
send
may,
you.
yes, yes, sir. They should blackmail us. Blackmail.
Yes, that they may blackmail you, or sometimes they may say ki, okay, we got your profile is very good, and we want to hire you, and we need these details for this one, है ना?
Yes,
So
yes,
in India,
yes.
we all know what will be the scenario. We will definitely share the details,
Yes.
होपिंग कि हम लोग को जॉब मिल
Okay.
जाए शायद, है ना?
Hmm.
तो इस तरीके से बहुत सारे सिनेरियो क्रिएट करके वो, और वो हो कैसे रहा है, उसका फाउंडेशन क्या है? The digital footprints that we have left on our platforms, the digital platforms, है ना? Or on the internet, we can say. Okay. Then that impersonation or identity theft attack could be there, है ना? Sometimes what happens, the attacker basically tries to replicate your account exactly, है ना? And
Yes.
from there
Yes.
they will ask for money from your friends, है ना? So
Yes.
we will see how we can protect against that, or what are the precautionary measures that we can take whenever such things happens. Okay. Now, whenever we talk about the social engineering, so social engineering not only a single uh, one activity task, rather it is a set of process. Okay. First वो क्या करेंगे, आपके बारे में इंफॉर्मेशन गैदर करेंगे, है ना? इंफॉर्मेशन गैदर करने के बाद क्या करेंगे, आपसे कम्युनिकेट करेंगे, है ना? आपको कुछ इन्फॉर्मेशन शेयर करेंगे, जैसे हमने वो एचआर डिपार्टमेंट से मेल की बात की। इसी तरीके से हमारा दूसरा सिनेरियो भी हो सकता है कि हम बैंक से बात कर रहे हैं, या ये मेल आपको बैंक से आ रहा है, आपका पैन कार्ड अपडेट नहीं होने के कारण से आपका अकाउंट और ट्रांजेक्शन सीज किया जा रहा है ना? इस तरीके की इंफॉर्मेशन वो एक्सचेंज करेंगे, और वहां पे क्या है कि वो खुद को लेजिटिमेट दिखाएंगे, मतलब वो ये दिखाएंगे कि वी आर द जेन्यून पर्सन हु विल कम्युनिकेट, हु आर ऑथेंटिकेटेड टू हैव द कम्युनिकेशन, दिस सच टाइप ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन। ठीक है। वंस यू गॉट ट्रैप्ड इनटू देयर टैक्टिस, they will uh, they will gather or extract whatever information is required from your side. Okay, so once you believe that these informations are coming from the some genuine sources, you will definitely happily disclose those information without even giving a second thought, है ना? तो basically the social engineering tool or techniques can have multi-staged process. Okay, so again, when we talk about the analysis, or this is the phase where the probing is done, है ना? They gather your digital footprints all together. Based on the digital footprints, they may बेसिकली ऑब्जर्व कि आप किस तरीके के पोस्ट को लाइक कर रहे हैं, या आप किस तरीके के पोस्ट ज्यादा कर रहे हैं, है ना? या आप किस तरीके के जो भी व्यूज है उसमें इन्वॉल्व है ना? तो उसके बेसिस पे या तो सोशल इंजीनियरिंग के थ्रू आपको इस तरह बहुत सारे अटैक में इन्वॉल्व कर सकते हैं, या दूसरा ये हो सकता है कि हम उसको नॉन मैलिशियस बोल सकते हैं, नॉन मैलिशियस जो भी सिनेरियो है उसमें उसको यूज कर सकते हैं, जैसे कि रिकमेंडेशन सिस्टम की बात करते हैं, है ना? कि फेसबुक पे आपने सपोज किसी एक एडवर्टाइजमेंट को लाइक किया, है ना? तो अब क्या है कि आप जैसे ही किसी वेबसाइट पे जाएंगे जहां पे आप लॉग्ड इन है ऑलरेडी, अगर वहां पे एड्स अलाउड है, दे विल ऑटोमेटिकली बी रेप्लिकेटेड ऑन दैट प्लेटफॉर्म्स और दैट अकाउंट ऑल्सो। सो एवरीवेयर that particular advertisement or similar kind of advertisement will get flooded. Okay, even though you just clicked on one platform and now you are seeing it everywhere. Okay, so this is the scenario for social engineering. Okay, now how this shared information can be used for malicious purposes. So the first one could be the password cracking, है ना? So that I have already talked about. So it can be various clues that come from your personal details, or sometimes what happens nowadays, every platforms have is having a very strict policy regarding the password set, है ना? पासवर्ड के लिए जो भी हमारा क्राइटेरिया है वो काफी कॉम्प्लेक्स है, तो अभी तो ब्रूट फोर्स इज नियरली इम्पॉसिबल. Okay, but nowadays you might have heard about the quantum computing, so we don't know whether that will be possible with that one or not, but definitely brute force was one of the mostly preferred approach for cracking the passwords. Okay, so to basically avoid the brute force, there was different mechanism to basically make the password complex, है ना? The other one is the impersonation. Since you have shared your photos and personal details, definitely other may use those details to create one account that will seem to be same, exactly same as that of yours, है ना? And then definitely there are others ways by which those digital footprints may be used. Okay, now if we talk about in terms of pyramid, okay, so whatever attack we are talking about, है ना, whether it is coming from the social media platform or somewhere else from any web servers, okay, most of the attacks are basically malware. Okay, now what is malware? How many of you are aware about this malware? Okay, so I think most of us are, but eventually we are not able to relate it with the example that we have in our mind. So malwares are basically, it is a kind of software that is being used for malicious purposes, है ना? So basically,
For example, sir, virus is worms.
yes, virus, worms, and ransomware you might have heard many of the time कि ransomware attack हो
Spyware.
गया. अभी
Spyware.
हाल ही में,
Used to
हाँ,
damage computer details.
to damage.
Spyware.
हाँ, कंप्यूटर सॉफ्टवेयर को डैमेज करने के लिए जनरली
हाँ, कंप्यूटर सॉफ्टवेयर को डैमेज करने के लिए कर सकते हैं, या फिर फाइनेंशियल गेन के लिए भी कर सकते हैं. जैसे आपने अभी
Yes.
कुछ दिनों पहले एम्स का एक केस सुना होगा, एम्स दिल्ली का, है ना? सो एम्स दिल्ली वाज कॉम्प्रोमाइज्ड थ्रू दिस रैंसमवेयर अटैक, है ना? तो बेसिकली उन्होंने रैंसमवेयर अटैक में क्या किया था, उन्होंने पूरा डाटा जो एम्स दिल्ली की थी उनको उन्होंने पूरा एनक्रिप्ट कर दिया था, है ना? सो once the data has been encrypted, no one was able to basically look into those details, है ना, unless the demanded amount was transferred to the dark web communities, है ना? तो बेसिकली वैसे बहुत सारे एग्जांपल है रैंसमवेयर के, है ना, कि जैसे कभी कभी शायद सुना होगा कि आपके सिस्टम पे क्या होता है कि आप कोई सॉफ्टवेयर इंस्टॉल करते हो एंड लेटर ऑन ऑल द फाइल गॉट लॉक्ड, है ना? अब वो बोल रहा है कि आपको इतना पे करना होगा तभी आप इसको अनलॉक कर पाएंगे. ठीक है, इफ नॉट यू माइट हैव हर्ड अबाउट सिमिलर सिनेरियो, है ना? तो उस तरीके से बेसिकली मालवेयर जो है ये है तो सॉफ्टवेयर, बट द वे दैट सॉफ्टवेयर विल वर्क इज मैलिशियस, है ना? Now in this pyramid, this malware is mostly uh, most of the uh, we can say if there are 100 attacks, 80% of attacks come from this malware distribution only. Okay, and the remaining come from the other kinds of like the social media uh, footprint that we are talking about, you know? So those can be used along with the malware, but mostly those social the digital footprints are separate from the malware attacks. Okay, now there may be account takeover, है ना? So someone may have your details, few details, and based on those details they might create your a new password if they can. जैसे सपोज कि कभी कभी क्या होता है कि हम पासवर्ड किसी के साथ शेयर कर देते हैं, है ना? तो किसी के साथ शेयर कर देते हैं
Sir,
इंटेंशनली,
phishing.
ये जानते हुए कि ये,
It
हाँ,
will be phishing,
ये जान
phishing attack.
फिशिंग अटैक इज समथिंग डिफरेंट। फिशिंग अटैक में क्या होता है बेसिकली हमारा, हाँ, फिशिंग अटैक में एक्चुअली क्या करते हैं कि वो हमें कुछ
Credit card.
मैलिशियस लिंक प्रोवाइड करते हैं ना,
हाँ.
मैलिशियस लिंक प्रोवाइड करेंगे, और आप उस लिंक पे क्लिक करेंगे तो या तो मैलवेयर डाउनलोड हो जाएगा, है ना? तो आपका डिजिटल फुटप्रिंट यहाँ कहाँ यूज हुआ? आपका ईमेल आईडी, है ना? आपका आइडेंटिटी, ठीक है? उसको यूज करके वो क्या करेंगे, एक पर्सनलाइज मैसेज बनाएंगे और उस मैसेज में एक मैलिशियस लिंक डाल देंगे। जैसे ही आप उस लिंक पे क्लिक करेंगे, वो या तो एक सॉफ्टवेयर इंस्टॉल हो जाएगा, मालवेयर डाउनलोड हो जाएगा, है ना? या फिर एक मैलिशियस वेब पेज ओपन हो जाएगा, है ना? और उस वेब पेज पे वट एवर यू विल डू, दैट विल बी बेसिकली कैप्चर्ड बाय द मैलिशियस यूजर, है ना, और अटैकर, ठीक है? तो फिशिंग इज वन टेक्निक बाय विच द मालवेयर डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन कैन टेक प्लेस, but again the phishing itself will use your digital footprints. Okay, the identity theft we have talked about. The doxing or harassment, sometimes intentionally someone may post your private information on public domain. Okay, that may be harassment for you. Okay, so or reputational damage, it may incur some reputational damage. Okay, now this is the case I was talking about. If you recall, आप अगर उस समय की बात करो, शायद ये ट्रम्प के टाइम पे हुआ था, 2018-19 के टाइम पे, कि बेसिकली जो स्कैंडल ये था कि फेसबुक से डाटा कलेक्ट करके उन्होंने कैंपेनिंग में यूज की थी, है ना, पॉलिटिकल कैंपेनिंग में, ठीक है? एंड इट ऑलमोस्ट अफेक्टेड 87 मिलियन यूजर्स फ्रॉम द फेसबुक अक्रॉस द यूएसए, है ना? So whatever it, means information they have shared on the Facebook, those information were used to promote their campaign, how we will campaign so that people will align with the party agenda, है ना? तो ये एक केस था फेसबुक का, है ना, कि उसने थर्ड पार्टी, एक्चुअली फेसबुक ने डायरेक्टली नहीं किया था, ये कैम्ब्रिज एनालिटिका था, है ना, ये थर्ड पार्टी था जिसने वो स्क्रैपिंग के थ्रू डाटा कलेक्ट किया, है ना, और उस डाटा को यूज किया था पॉलिटिकल गेन के लिए, है ना, और जो भी प्लान करना था उसके लिए। सो बेसिकली यू कैन जस्ट इमेजिन, इवन द कंट्रीज लाइक यूएस, है ना, दे आर नॉट safe. Okay, means whenever we talk about the digital footprint, we very lightly take those critical information that we are sharing on the platforms. Okay, so this was the one case that happened earlier. There are many example for this one. The recent one is the LinkedIn data scraping incident, है ना? So 700 million profiles were exposed. Okay, and that too using the scraping, web scraping, है ना? And once those basically डिटेल्स वेयर एक्सपोज्ड, है ना, तो क्या हुआ, वो सारे डिटेल्स यूज करके जो भी ब्लैक हैट कम्युनिटी है, जो भी मैलिशियस यूजर्स हैं, वो बहुत सारे अलग अलग कैटेगरी के अटैक्स परफॉर्म कर सकते हैं। जैसे हमने सोशल इंजीनियरिंग देखी, फिशिंग देखी, बहुत सारे स्कैम्स में उसको यूज कर सकते हैं, है ना? तो बेसिकली जो भी हम पब्लिक प्लेटफॉर्म यूज कर रहे हैं, फ्रॉम द context of data privacy, we cannot say that it is 100% secure, but there are different ways, there are different settings that we can basically look into that very closely, and we can tune it to basically secure our digital footprint to some extent, to some higher extent. Okay, now, so basically there are number of examples where such type of attacks has happened. Okay, like this Twitter Bitcoin scam, this TikTok data privacy, Snapchat leak incidents, है ना? Snapchat पे जैसे हम फोटो शेयर करते हैं, those photos were sold to the dark web, Okay, and just imagine once they have the access of the images, what they can do means, even you think कि आपने वो पोस्ट डिलीट कर दिया, आपने वो फोटोज डिलीट कर दी, but by that time your details might have already gone to some different level, and where you cannot reach out. Okay, and that is the dark web. Okay, you might have heard about the dark webs. Okay, this is a market where most of the data will be sold out, and in the beginning itself I have told you the modern currency is the data. So if you have data, you can sell the data, and you can uh, gain the money or gain the financial uh, बेनिफिट्स. ओके, सो मेनी ऑफ द टाइम यू जैसे हम कोई सा भी मेडिकल ऐप यूज करते हैं या फिर कोई सा भी एप्लीकेशन यूज कर रहे हैं, सपोज यू आर सेइंग मैं गूगल यूज कर रहे हैं, है ना, सबसे ज्यादा तो हम गूगल यूज करते हैं, एंड डू यू थिंक कि गूगल फ्री है? हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू थिंक गूगल इज फ्री एंड इज डूइंग सोशल सर्विसेज?
No, sir.
Then how it basically handles the financial uh, cost that it incurs?
Due to advertisements,
And that advertisement comes from what?
various
Do
various
you
various
Sir,
various
actually,
business
Google
organizations.
sell our personal data.
exactly? So basically, even though it says we are not collecting the data, but there are some techniques they try to means make it anonymize, है ना, कि इसको इस तरीके से डाटा को ट्रांसलेट करते हैं, मतलब मैप करते हैं, ताकि पर्सनल इंफॉर्मेशन लाइक ईमेल आईडी और समथिंग won't be basically disclosed to the third party, but your uses pattern, है ना, or your behavior or your mood, these will be basically be shared with the third party who will be basically working on market analysis, है ना, or recommendation system. Okay, so sometimes you may see some irrelevant uh, advertisement on your uh, page. Sometimes it will be relevant one that you might have earlier liked. Okay, so basically nothing is free in this world. You will have to pay for you are paying for every free service indirectly, है ना. तो मतलब हम ऐसे डायरेक्ट तो गूगल को पे नहीं कर रहे हैं, सब्सक्रिप्शन चार्जेस नहीं दे रहे हैं, बट दे आर बेसिकली सेलिंग आवर डाटा, दे आर मेकिंग मनी आउट ऑफ दोज डाटा फ्रॉम थर्ड पार्टी. Okay, and same is being done by all of the basically digital platforms. Most of the platforms do this one. Okay, now recently one of my student has uh, implemented one healthcare applications. He has designed one healthcare application. Okay, now I asked him, what is your operational cost for that application? So he told me it is 10,000 per month initially, but as the user base will increase, definitely it will increase accordingly. Okay, now just imagine currently he is not having any user base. Okay, no one has registered, no one has subscribed, and still he is paying for the margin, that minimum operational cost that it requires. Okay, now from where it will come? So the answer will be whatever data he has basically collected from other sources. Okay, in near future, not now, in near future, whatever operations or whatever activities or whatever ways the doctors will be using those apps, or whatever ways the end user will be using those apps, those activities he is going to basically put on the sale, not directly, but there will be different filtration level, and after that that data can be converted, that can be monetized, है ना. So that way basically different platforms uses your data. Okay, now definitely most of us are aware about the privacy settings for any web application or mobile application that we use. Okay, so definitely there are various factors that we must look into it, कि हमारी विजिबिलिटी कैसी होगी, है ना. हमारा जैसे हम भी कोई सा भी पोस्ट करते हैं, तो मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम कि हम थोड़ा सोशल स्टिग्मा के कारण से क्या करते हैं कि हम थोड़ा सा स्टेटस मेंटेन करने के लिए हम लोगों में शेयर करते हैं, बट वी मस्ट ऑलवेज थिंक अबाउट इट कि क्या ये पोस्ट हमें पब्लिक डोमेन में डालनी है या शुड इट बी रेस्ट्रिक्टेड टू सम पर्टिकुलर सेट ऑफ पीपल ओनली और द क्लोज ग्रुप ओनली. ओके, सो यू मस्ट लुक फॉर योर विजिबिलिटी कि आपकी विजिबिलिटी सेटिंग कैसी है. बाय डिफॉल्ट ऐसा तो नहीं है कि आप कुछ भी पोस्ट कर रहे हो और वो पब्लिक हो जा रहा है ना. आ, इसी तरीके से क्या इंफॉर्मेशन हम डिस्क्लोज करना चाहते हैं, नहीं करना चाहते हैं. जैसे आप डेट ऑफ बर्थ की बात करें तो मेनी ऑफ द टाइम बाय डिफॉल्ट यू आर शोइंग दैट वन, बट you will have to explicitly change the setting so that you try to hide the date of birth. You don't want to disclose your location, so you don't need to provide the location permission, है ना. You don't want to disclose your phone number. Just you will have to basically change this information. So whenever you will try to change these privacy settings, the Facebook or any uh, platform will inform you that hiding this information might not might not give you a broader exposure to public domain, and you might lose creating new friends. But it's okay, it's okay. Means we must always have some trade off, है ना, कि हमें कितना चाहिए और कितना नहीं चाहिए, उसके बीच में एक ट्रेड ऑफ हमेशा होनी चाहिए, है ना. So this privacy setting is your we can say the shield, a digital shield that you can use. Okay, so you must always look for these privacy settings, है ना. Now apart from the privacy settings, uh, there are different other factors. The one is how you are basically phrasing your password. Okay, then nowadays mostly all the applications, all the platforms are using two-factor authentication purpose, है ना. Two-factor authentication process, where even though you have logged in, you will get OTP. Once you enter the OTP on the application, then only you will enter the uh, platforms. Okay, so you must always, whichever platforms gives you this flexibility, you must always opt for this two-factor authentication. Okay, additionally we may go with the this password manager. Many of the time you might have observed that whatever password you have created, Google Chrome tries to save it by automatically, isn't it? Now the thing is, if you want to look into the password, so definitely it will ask for your that email login. You will have to log in through your email, or you will have to basically provide your system password, है ना. Then only they will let you know or let you see what passwords are there for different websites. Now this is one way nowadays most of us are using, because we cannot remember so many passwords. But again, uh, even though we say this password manager are safer, we cannot say it is safe. It is means it is not the safest way. It is somewhat safer than the primarily remembering everything is safest way. But uh, for maintaining it, for easier operation, है ना, we need to basically have some automation, because we cannot remember all the passwords. So definitely we can go with the password manager, but again it comes with at some risk, है ना. It is not without any risk, है ना. So basically whenever we talk about the digital platform, so many of the time when you get some link, how many of you aware about how we can basically discriminate between a safe URL and an unsafe URL. एक unsafe URL को हम कैसे आइडेंटिफाई करेंगे? Anyways,
Sir, HTTP and HTTPS.
yes. So basically, this HTTP, whenever you click on some URL, okay, just the first step you can look at the URL itself. If it is saying HTTP only, So definitely nowadays even browser will not allow you to go for that website, but some websites will still be allowed. Okay, so anyway, so you can first look for that one. The other thing is, whenever someone has created a fake profile and asking for money or something else, what you can do, you can just go into the profile, you can check for who are the groups, who are the friend list. So mostly you will see if it was the genuine profile, most of your common friends will be there, or groups will be there, or the posts that they have shared should be there. So you can basically, primarily you can basically do this task in order to safeguard yourself. Okay, now, so if we talk about how they will track us, how the hackers or attackers will track you. Okay, so again, this is the digital footprints that you have shared over the digital platforms. Okay, now when we talk about these digital footprints, uh, can we use the antivirus softwares to protect against this one? Can we use antivirus softwares to protect against these digital footprints? Yes or no?
I think no, sir.
Why?
Because sir, virus can protect us from antivirus can protect us from viruses, malwares, but footprints comes
Hmm,
from social media.
very good. Actually, whenever we talk about the digital footprints, it is the activities or the traces that has been left on the platform. It is not generated by some software. Okay, it is not having, means platform itself is not having any particular behavior, malicious behavior, but we are talking about the risk that are associated with the content that are there on the platform itself. And there, this antivirus softwares or this type of softwares won't help you much. So the only thing that we can have is the precautionary measure. Okay, so basically, as a precautionary measure, we must look for the public posts and photos that we are uh, uh, posting on the or sharing on the digital platforms. Okay, whatever information we have shared, or whatever account access permissions we have allowed. Okay, so those those details or information must be uh, evaluated वेरी फ्रीक्वेंटली, क्योंकि बहुत बार क्या होता है कि बहुत सारे एप्लीकेशन जो होते हैं वो अपना पॉलिसी अपडेट करते रहते हैं, है ना? एंड और समटाइम्स वेन एवर यू डाउनलोड सम एप्लीकेशन, ठीक है, तो बाय डिफॉल्ट जो होता है हर एक चीज वो पब्लिक ही होता है, ठीक है, यू विल हैव टू बेसिकली चेंज इट बाय योर ओन. So you must always basically check for those default values. You can change it according to your safety norms, है ना? Whatever things you don't want to share, accordingly you can basically update those things. Okay. Now, if we talk in terms of the identity theft, okay, in America, है ना, almost 15 million Americans were affected by this identity theft alone, है ना? Now just think of this one in the example that we just talked about, कि जैसे हमने फेसबुक का अकाउंट बना लिया, है ना, और मैं पैसा मांग रहा हूँ दोस्तों से, एंड सपोज मेनी ऑफ अस आर नॉट अवेयर अबाउट सच थिंग्स, है ना, सो डेफिनेटली if they are close, they will definitely try to help you out. Okay, some way or other way, definitely they will get into the trap of this identity theft, and uh, that may expose, or you may lose some reputation, or finance, or money you may lose, है ना? The total finance means apart from this 15 million compromised identity theft, it costed around $50 billion. Okay, and the whatever theft, whatever means uh, क्या बोलते हैं,
Fraud.
whatever, no, whatever
Fraud.
impact it, no, whatever impact it has made, है ना, or to whichever extent the damages has been done by that identity thefts, okay, those recovery will on an average take 6 months. So just imagine someone has stolen your identity, made a Facebook account, and then that particular Facebook account was used to gain some financial assistance from your group, and you realize after a few months that okay, someone was using your identity directly or indirectly, and then you spread the information to your colleagues that someone has basically impersonated you and kindly don't provide any financial assistance to them. Okay, so deleting that account, removing that account from the platform, and uh, whatever damage already has been done by that hacker will definitely on an average it takes 6 months, 4 to 5 months it takes. Okay, depending on the extent of the attack. Okay, and this identity theft may lead to various different type of attacks, that the account takeovers, okay, the loan fraud, the tax fraud can be done, or someone may use your identity to get the insurance benefits if they have your various details. Definitely these are not very easier, but वी कैन नॉट से कि ये इतना टफ भी है। अगर हम काफी लूजली अगर चीजों को हम शेयर कर रहे हैं पब्लिक डोमेन पे, डेफिनेटली इट इज नॉट दैट मच टफ। ओके, नाउ one example for real time location sharing can be that may expose you where you are. Okay, so maybe it may be used for some it may be used to physically damage your properties or reputation, or even they may harm you, है ना, physically. So not only that digitally it may affect, it can also physically harm you. Okay, those details may be used for your uh, uh, harming you physically. The other one could be like suppose uh, that those details might be that location details or something. Suppose you are on leave, means you are out of a station without even telling your uh, institute what you are basically where you are, है ना. So someday a few days ago you might have heard about one particular case that one user was attending a meeting from uh, brain itself, है ना. तो बेसिकली क्या है उसमें कि जो यूजर है हमारा, अगर आप लोकेशन शेयर कर सकते हो करते हो, तो मे बी दैट लोकेशन ही कैन शेयर विद द एचआर कि ये तो लीव इसने अप्लाई नहीं किया है, एंड बिना लीव अप्लाई किए बाहर चला गया। तो बहुत तरीके से बेसिकली वो मिसयूज कर सकते हैं इस चीज को। ओके, हाँ, नेक्स्ट द साइबर हाइजीन दैट वी शुड मेक इज whatever you are posting you must think unless it is required, don't post it. Okay, whatever software you are using, okay, keep it updated. Okay, and if there are some patches coming around, just download those patches, the security patches. Okay, the third one is you might have heard about the VPN, है ना, virtual private networks. So whenever you are working on the public Wi-Fi, or even not on public Wi-Fi, even if you are having your own uh, IP, or you are using on a personal network, using VPN will definitely give you some hello. Okay, so anyway, so how many of you are basically aware about this VPN, how it works or how it safeguards us? How many of you have used this VPN somewhere at some point of time?
Participant,
No
if you
one?
have done, then say yes, or if no, you kindly confirm
Okay,
so that
anyway,
sir can explain.
so basically this VPN is a kind of we can say network architecture. What happens, whenever we put our request on internet directly, okay, so those communication will be directly transmitted from source to destination through proper channel or proper network line. But suppose you don't want to basically disclose those information that you are communicating through this end destination सर्वर, तो VPN क्या करता है कि हमारा सोर्स है एंड डेस्टिनेशन है, ओके, सो व्हाट इट डज, it basically try to create one tunnel, okay, one secure tunnel will be created and all the information will be forwarded through that secured tunnel. Earlier, there is no tunnel corresponding to this data transmission, but whenever we talk about the VPN, and the other approach it uses is कि वो क्या करेगा, आपके डाटा को किसी और कंट्री के सर्वर पे पहले वो फॉरवर्ड करेगा, फिर उस सर्वर से कहीं और फॉरवर्ड करेगा. तो इस केस में क्या होगा कि जो एंड जो डेस्टिनेशन है, जहां जो सर्वर है, वो सर्वर बेसिकली आपको ट्रैक नहीं कर पाएगा कि हु हैज मेड द रिक्वेस्ट, ओके, एंड ऑल्सो द इंटरमीडिएट, if someone wants to intercept your message, that also won't be possible because of that secure tunnel, okay. Apart from this VPN, how many of you have heard about the Tor browser? Have you heard about the Tor browser?
No, sir.
Okay, so if you haven't, I will request you all to just go with the basically this is the onion router, okay, the full form of this Tor browser is the onion router, okay. Just go for this Play Store and download this Tor browser, okay. This is the safest browser I can say, okay, that is run by millions of volunteers across the world, okay. It won't use basically any predefined path, but rather it will get flooded, it will get passed by volunteers who are, who are acting as a server in the network, okay. So it was basically built by some, I think US naval forces, they have created this one, okay, for communication within that their infrastructure. But later on this got uh, broader application, means more user base is there, and eventually I think the Tor browser is uh, most secure browser. It won't let any of your footprint to be left out on the internet, okay. So it is good to basically go with this Tor browser if you are looking for something on the internet and don't want to disclose the details, so you can go with this Tor browser, okay. Then you can go with the regular digital cleansings. That is what I have already told you कि हमारी पॉलिसी जो एप्लीकेशंस की पॉलिसी होती है और वो अपडेट होती रहती है ना, तो टाइम टू टाइम हमें क्या है उसको रिव्यू करते रहना चाहिए, है ना. ऐसा नहीं कि एक बार हमने सेटिंग कर दिया उसके बाद फिर दोबारा नहीं चेंज कर रहे हैं, है ना. समटाइम्स ड्यू टू द अपडेट इन द पॉलिसी, द डिफॉल्ट्स or the settings that you might have done earlier got changed, okay. So that you will have to basically look into it, okay. Now how you are going to basically manage your digital footprints. So whatever footprints you are leaving behind, so definitely that will be used, that may be used against you some way or other. So basically the way by which we can effectively manage these footprints are the audit and delete, okay. So whenever you are not using some account, okay, or whenever you think that some old post is no more relevant today, so try to delete it from there as soon as possible. Try to delete it from there, because sooner you delete, safer you will be. क्योंकि जब जो हैकर्स हैं वो डाटा जब स्क्रैप करेंगे, जो डाटा चुराएंगे, वो डाटा जो डार्क वेब में जाएगा उसमें टाइम लगता है ना. मीन्स जो भी जो डाटा थेफ्ट जो होता है ना, ये ऐसा नहीं है कि फ्रीक्वेंटली होता है, इट हैपेंस वंस इन अ टाइम, है ना. तो बेसिकली अगर हम उसको क्लीनिंग करते रहे तो अगर कभी ऐसा होता है कि डाटा थेफ्ट हुआ, देन वी विल बी ऑन सेफर साइड इन टर्म्स ऑफ लेस नंबर ऑफ डाटा डिस्क्लोज टू द डोमेन और टू द पब्लिक, है ना. देन द प्राइवेसी सेटिंग मस्ट बी अपडेटेड, है ना. And again, I have already told you, two-factor authentication must be activated if the platform offers you that provision. Okay. And this, the for secure browsing, we may go with the virtual private networks. And along with that, this is the privacy focused browsers. So there I was talking about this Tor browser. So this Tor browser is very secure in terms of privacy. Okay. uh, Completely anonymized. Okay, so you can basically use that Tor browser for secure browsing. Okay, and you must update your profile or the information, whatever informations are there on your profile, that must be accordingly updated and secured by changing the details or how those details will appear on the public domain. Okay. Okay. Now, in order to check your trace, है ना, either you can regularly look for your name on your Google in your browser, है ना, just search for your name. अगर आपने सर्च कर किया, जो भी आपके डिटेल्स आ रहे हैं, if those details pertains to you, just review those information. If it is still relevant, leave it, otherwise delete it. Okay. एंड अगेन द नेक्स्ट थिंग इज प्लेटफॉर्म डाटा चेकअप्स. ओके, जो भी हम कर रहे हैं, जैसे हम फेसबुक, गूगल या जो भी यूज करते हैं, तो उनका अपना कुछ प्राइवेसी पॉलिसी होता है ना. यू कैन जस्ट गो बाय द प्राइवेसी पॉलिसी एंड यू कैन चेक वेदर इट इज अप टू डेट और नॉट. दोज प्राइवेसी लिस्टिंग आर वेरी वेरी एक्यूरेट, है ना. मतलब वो सारे प्राइवेसी पैरामीटर जो होते हैं वो हमें देते हैं, बट अननोइंगली वी आर नॉट बेसिकली लुकिंग आफ्टर ऑल द पैरामीटर्स in a proper way. Clear? So we will have to evaluate those parameters and we can update it accordingly. Okay. The next is you can basically use you can check for whoever is using your data, means whoever are there third party who are having your data, you can just manually delete the data from there, or you may request them to delete the data. Okay. Okay, so these are the tools that we can use to monitor your online presence, where you can use the Google alerts and social mentions. Okay, तो आप जहाँ भी आपको टैग कर रहे हैं तो आपको एक नोटिफिकेशन आ जाता है कि आपको ये टैग किया, तो इट इज गुड वे टू बेसिकली रेस्ट्रिक्ट योर प्रेजेंस, है ना. तो अभी तो अगर आप देखेंगे तो इसमें लिंक्डइन में या फिर आप इसमें क्या बोलते हैं फेसबुक पे, आप किसी को बिना उसके चाहे टैग नहीं कर सकते हैं अगर उसने अपना वो प्राइवेसी ऑन कर रखा है तो, है ना. तो इस तरीके से बेसिकली अपने प्रेजेंस को हम मॉनिटर कर सकते हैं. ठीक है, बाकी डिटेल्स हमने ऑलरेडी डिस्कस की है. ठीक है, and these were the various factors that we must look into it. We must always have some regular backup, like we talked about the एम्स ransomware attack, है ना. तो उसमें प्रॉब्लम ये था कि उनका कोई डाटा बैकअप का कोई प्लान नहीं था, है ना. उनका जो भी सर्वर था वो मेन सर्वर पे ही, उनका जो अटैक जो किया गया था ransomware अटैक, वो मेन सर्वर पे ही था. तो उनका कोई बैकअप प्लान नहीं था, जिसके कारण से क्या था कि पूरे जो ऑपरेशन था उस एम्स का, 2-3 दिनों के लिए, आई डोंट रिमेम्बर एग्जैक्टली हाउ मेनी डेज वाज देयर, it was completely shut down. Okay, so the digital activities were completely shut down. Okay, now when it comes to what do and don't, so these are the checklist that we can have. Okay, so whenever we are posting anything on the social media platform, definitely even if you think कि मैं डिलीट कर दूंगा बाद में, ऐसा होता नहीं है, है ना. just assume it कि once you have posted it will be there for a longer, है ना. and you whenever you accept a friend request or a connection request, you review whether you know him or her personally or not. ओके। सो अगर इस तरीके से हम अगर क्लोज ग्रुप बना के रखेंगे तो जो भी इंफॉर्मेशन शेयर कर रहे हैं डेफिनेटली दैट विल बी safer than the alternatives where we try to establish connection with any user, है ना? And periodically we can review and prune your connections, है ना? Then what we must not do is posting the sensitive personal information, clicking on suspicious links, and even if shared by a friend account, है ना? कि अगर कोई आपको दोस्त भी भेजता है तो पहले तो एक ये कर सकते हो कि दोस्त के भेजने पे तो हम क्लिक करेंगे ही, लेकिन उससे पहले हम ये कर सकते हैं कि जो हमने जो पहले डिस्कस की कि आप उस अकाउंट में जाएंगे, वहां देखेंगे कि उसके ग्रुप्स क्या क्या है ना, कॉमन फ्रेंड्स क्या है, अर्लियर जो पोस्ट हमने शेयर किया था वो है कि नहीं वहाँ, then only we should go ahead with the clicking on the links. Okay. And overshare प्रोफेशनल grievances और confidential कंपनी इंफॉर्मेशन, है ना, ये सारी चीजें हमें शेयर करने से बचनी चाहिए, ठीक है। नाउ आई थिंक आई हैव ऑलरेडी टॉक्ड अबाउट, सो हम जो भी डिटेल्स शेयर कर रहे हैं उसके बेसिस पे किस तरीके का कॉन्सिक्वेंस हम फेस कर सकते हैं, उसमें हम बेसिकली रेपुटेशनल डैमेज हो सकता है ना, प्रोफेशनल डैमेज हो सकता है ना, ड्यू टू वर्क पॉलिसीज, है ना, वर्क प्लेस पॉलिसीज, वट एवर यू हैव शेयर्ड, मे बी योर पर्सनल ओपिनियन वॉज दैट, बट you might face some problem there. So the thing is, whatever we are sharing, we must be very careful about those contents. Okay, not today, it might be used against you later, a few years after, no? Now I think already talked about this one, the impact of this or the risk associated with the digital footprints. Okay, and definitely uh, we must always encourage a few practices even in our children's, है ना? So we as a parent, we must use parental controls of various platforms or tools that we are using or allowing your child to use. Okay, whenever you are having some security concern or some critical things, if it can be basically discussed with your children's, you may have an open discussion on that one, है ना? All the media platforms have a certain minimum age criteria, so definitely delaying it will be have will have a better maturity for handling those social media platforms and managing their own digital footprints. So better means the more you delay, the better it will be, है ना? And definitely you should teach the digital etiquette to your fellow or to your children's. Okay, so this can be a guideline for them. Okay, now so the three core action could be secure your access, okay, through various mechanism, through complex password, through two-factor authentication, है ना, how you share your the data, so control your sharing and monitor your name, so like searching on your Google, है ना, your name, just review the contents that appears against your name. Okay, so basically uh, overall this is the takeaway from this session. So we must mind our privacy settings, we must review that one, we must limit our personal data exposure. Okay, and always choose a strong password along with the two-factor authentication. Okay, so this leads to these three distributions: secure your account, limit public sharing, and practice diligence. Okay, so before moving ahead, I will let you know one open source tool. Okay, so just give me a minute. I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So this is one of the we can say broadly known URL website where you can check for the malware files or the malicious URLs. Okay, so this is termed as virus total. Okay, so if you know the antivirus, how it works, so virus total is basically a combination of 100 or 50 of antivirus. Okay, it collects, so whatever you upload, okay, you just need to upload your file. कि जैसे आपने कोई एक सी फाइल डाउनलोड किया है ना, आप कोई भी एप्लीकेशन आपने विंडोज के लिए डाउनलोड किया, तो वो फाइल हमारा जेन्यून है कि नहीं है ना। कोई एंटीवायरस सॉफ्टवेयर, आप अगर आप और हम कोई भी एंटीवायरस सॉफ्टवेयर यूज कर रहे हैं, तो हम कितने एंटीवायरस सॉफ्टवेयर खरीद सकते हैं या एक साथ रन कर सकते हैं? एक। अगर एक से ज्यादा करेंगे तो हो सकता है कि एंटीवायरस आपस में ही कॉन्फ्लिक्ट कर जाए, वो एक दूसरे को ही फ्लैग कर दे एज ए वायरस, है ना। तो बेसिकली मोस्टली अगर हमें पेड सब्सक्रिप्शन लेने हो एंटीवायरस के, तो डेफिनेटली वी विल गो फॉर वन। बट दिस वायरस टोटल provides you with means tens of antivirus software. Means whatever you upload, it will collect report from all the softwares, and based on that you can basically decide whether that file is malicious or not. So suppose I am just uploading some file, okay, any file that I can go with. Suppose I'm just uploading this file, है ना, I have downloaded the webex, so I'm just uploading this one. Okay, now just look at here the listing, है ना, these are the listing, and many of you might have some of the antivirus listed here, but just look at here, most of them, means there are 70 antivirus software it has applied, okay, and out of them just 2 of them has basically flagged it. So the percentage of antivirus software that has basically flagged this webex software as malicious was very rare. Okay, so that way we can get an intent of whether that file is malicious or not. Okay, so gradually it will check against all the available one. Okay, so your most probably your antivirus software will be listed here, like Kaspersky, McAfee, and many more are there. So you can basically, even you didn't have heard about these things, these two names, so definitely all of them will be present in this single platform. Now apart from that, this is for malware detection. The other approach could be, before clicking on some URL, sorry, before clicking on some URL, what you can do is, we have this URL search. Okay, you can just copy the URL, paste it here, and just search for whether that URL was like, suppose I'm looking for this one. Okay, so some of the functionalities might be basically limited to premium user. Okay, so but anyway, it didn't appear. Okay, so if you look at here, this URL is completely clean. No one has basically reported, and it has checked it against 98 antivirus softwares. Okay, or antivirus platforms. Okay, so this way, preliminary step, as a preliminary step, you can basically follow this tool to guide you whether that software or URL is malicious or not. Okay, and one more thing, since the session was for not for technical details, so security is not a one-day task. What we can do is, through literacy, we can have some preliminary guidance on whether those files or links are malicious or not. But even the security expert cannot be 100% sure that this is the exact malicious file or URL. Okay, so this is a very long process. But anyway, with this, I would like to conclude the session. And if you have any question or if you want to discuss some point, uh, we are open for that. Okay, so thank you all.
Sir, we can discuss about WhatsApp versus Aratia. WhatsApp is American, whereas Aratia founder member of is Indian. Zoho founder.
Joho Corporation, Sridhar Bamboo.
Why Indian visited Digital India? Why are not they using? Why are they using WhatsApp?
So it has just came into the public domain, है ना? And the thing is, migration is always a bit difficult because whenever suppose you are residing in a home and suddenly you know that even a safer place is there, but you know how much overhead will be there in shifting your home, है ना? Or what you might lose while having those shifting. ठीक है, so definitely the gradually people will shift onto that app, but currently it is not, we can say कि ये ऐसा नहीं है कि अचानक से हो जाएगा, है ना? It has started, but definitely concern will be there. Whatever question they are raising for foreign applications, definitely those questions will again be raised for the same application, है ना? But at the initial stage they might not be doing this one, but on later stages the similar kind of pattern might be there. Maybe some genuine purpose will be there, है ना? But when we talk about Indian indigenous solution versus the foreign solution, definitely we should rely on our indigenous solution. But definitely our Indian infrastructure is not that much capable to handle uh, the various applications to such a precise extent. That's why people are not migrating back to this indigenous apps, even though we might have seen Kaku app was there to replace the Twitter, है ना? But if you might have
we
heard,
are on
it has been shut down.
we are on developing stage now.
Yes,
We are
yes.
not developed,
So
but we are
the
on developing
now
stage.
exactly, and whenever we develop some application or something like that, we need some great infrastructure. We need infrastructural supports from our nation itself, है ना? तो अभी क्या है कि गवर्नमेंट ने इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर पे बहुत ज्यादा जोर दिया है, तो अभी क्या है कि इंडिजीनियस बहुत सारे सर्वर्स हैं, है ना? बहुत सारे प्लेटफॉर्म्स हैं जो ऑफर कर रहे हैं कि हाँ हम आपको क्लाउड में सर्वर एलोकेट करेंगे, आप फॉरेन क्लाउड सर्विस मत लीजिए, जैसे अमेजन हो गया या फिर गूगल का सर्वर हो गया, है ना? तो उसके सब्स्टिट्यूट में बहुत सारी चीजें अभी इंडिया में बन रही है, बट इट विल टेक टाइम, है ना? डेफिनेटली जो बाई 47 वट एवर विजन इज देयर फ्रॉम आवर रेस्पेक्टेड पीएम, definitely we hope to have that vision be successful by that time, है ना? We are working in that direction, है ना? Even the quantum mission, India is working very actively in the quantum mission, so we might see some result out of this one. So we hope best for our indigenous solutions. Definitely people will migrate, but it is all about service, है ना? आप स्टेट बैंक में नहीं जाते हैं, आईसीआईसी बैंक में जाते हैं, so it is all about the service you are getting, है ना? Ultimately it comes at service, कि आप सर्विस कैसा दे रहे हो, आप कहाँ से हो, उससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. If we are frequently using that platform, definitely the service should be good. Otherwise we Indian user, we Indian user basically wants we have that privacy at very least, it is at very least priority level, है ना? प्राइवेसी के बारे में तो हम बात ही नहीं करते, फ्री में जो मिल जाए उसके बारे में बात करते हैं, है ना? वो चीजें हैं. तो इंडिया का जो मार्केट है थोड़ा सा डिफरेंट है अदर कंट्रीज के कंपैरिजन में, है ना?
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Sir is having more sessions with all of us, so we can continue our discussion in later sessions also. Okay, sir?
Definitely, madam.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So
So,
as I have another evening
again,
session at 4 o'clock, so we
so,
will wind up our today's
sure, ma'am.
session. यस सर. सो
Okay,
सर
ma'am.
एक्सीलेंट सेशन सर. बहुत सारी इंफॉर्मेशन हमें नहीं पता होती है एज नॉन कंप्यूटर बैकग्राउंड, but you have shared many important points in a very simplified way. That is most important. So thank you so much, sir, once again on behalf of all the participants, and see you soon, sir, in the next session.
Thank you so much, ma'am, and thank you all the participants for their active participation and engagement throughout the session. Actually,
Thank you.
this was, as ma'am already told me that they are mostly of non-technical background, so that's why I
Yes, sir.
kept my slides in that way. Otherwise, I have nice slides on technical presentation
No, sir, we
that
are
I.
having mixed group from arts, commerce, science background. So too
Yes,
much
yes, that's
technical
why.
बहुत difficult हो
Hmm.
जाता है sir समझने के
Thank you,
लिए.
ma'am. Thank you.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So
Thank
thank
you,
you so
ma'am.
much, sir,
Thank you
once
so much.
again. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much,
Yes.
ma'am. Thank you,
रुकते
ma'am.
हैं sir यहाँ पे. Thank you so much, sir.
Good day
Good
to
day.
you. Good day to you all. Thank you.
थैंक यू. थैंक यू फ्रेंड्स. चलिए यहाँ पे रुकते हैं. आज के सेशंस
Thank
यहीं
you.
पे खत्म होते हैं. हम कल मिलेंगे अपने रेगुलर टाइमिंग पे. 10:30 बजे का ही सेशन रहेगा, तो अपना रेगुलर टाइमिंग रहेगा कल. कल मिलते हैं सुबह. थैंक यू सो मच एवरीवन.
Thank
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
थैंक यू.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, madam.